Yes, what's up? So today I want to talk about why not go back to something a little classy? Eh, eh, yes, I'm not pizza. So yeah, classic show to review. Yes, I'm reviewing a regular show today, and why not review something I want to review? It is called The Terror Tales of the Pod, and I already reviewed the sixth and final one. Yes, I reviewed the sixth, and I remember I reviewed the sixth and final episode of the show. Oh, and yes, I have reviewed the show before once or twice. Yes. Tell me. What's up, my mind? Just bring it in. Oh, one sec. I think my mind has a little bit of. Yes, back to the review. So, yes, today we're going to review The Terror Tales of the Pod. Yeah, for those wondering, this is like basically a regular show's version of the Trails of Horror from The Simpsons. And so, why not review it? Yes, this is going to be a bit of a short review, but I just need to get at least get one Halloween review done this year before I do other work, like, for example, other shows I want to review and watch over the weekends. Alright, so let's talk about the Classic Tales episode. The episode begins with, obviously, a normal day. Oh, wait, right, right, yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, later installments do kind of have them a bit feeling a bit connected, but earlier it doesn't really feel like. So, first of all, we get the creepy doll. Mordecai Ruby help Hoss clean up his room, telling him he should keep other stuff and should be in the trash. He stumbles across a shoebox of it. Turns out the bear wax doll, and it was just Charlotte's toy, and suddenly comes to all this. Weird things happen. Turns out the bear doll, yeah, it's basically Child's Play in regular show format. But yeah, it's still a good episode. I do feel like I do get a good scare. Yeah, it does feel a little scary, but I didn't feel like it was too scary for me. I felt at least they're trying to keep it for more kids in mind. But yeah, it was pretty dark episode. But it ends with the penny jumping in, feeling basically getting burned alive. Yeah, and then with Potts finish up the story. It's not really too scary, but yeah, I think I get Potts in mind the story is. And well, it's basically a weird, basically an take a child's play and whatnot. And yeah, I can see I can just face and again creepy doll. Yeah, that's why I don't buy dolls nowadays. I feel like they're often portrayed too creepy to me. Then we get to Death Metal Crash Pit. The episode is basically Muscleman Hi-Fi Goals, basically walking back to the RV after catching their fall, which gets a level up and finds a noise seeing a different AV. And get the idea to do it on the Crash Pit, which they did. And saying, what was that? Everything. And turns out there goes that Skull Punch. Here's that muscle man trying to take the resting to the Crash Pit. Yeah. It ended with almost everyone getting killed. With with a nuke at the end. And yeah, one is dead. Yeah, pretty much it was a scary story. And in the house, told by Rigby. Story starts with a typical Halloween candy episode, and during normal trick or treating until Rigby just goes to a house and not get candy. Throws eggs at it. Turns out the house owner was owned by a. Yeah, this is why you should never do something. Check the house owner before you. Yeah, this is why you should check house owners before you just straight up just. Before throwing some random material at it. Edit, no joke, literally you check. Make for because of that. You really need to make sure you don't accidentally throw it at someone that might. And considering his voice and Murder's one-liners are voiced by Freddy Krueger. Actually, funny. Oh, done by Freddy Krueger. Inspired by Freddy Krueger. Considering anti-pop. Well, considering anti-pops literally. Funny thing, considering anti-pops was also voiced by Freddy Krueger himself. I'm not joking. He's literally voiced by. He's literally voiced by the guy who did Freddy Krueger. Okay. Who also did voice another character in the show called Stigman. I'm not joking. They literally had voiced the character in this episode. Yeah, I know. This is probably his maintenance for. Probably that's why his voice. Yo, if I ever see this guy, I would just keep eating him alive. I'm not joking. And funny thing, considering this guy is the well-known voice actor and pretty much. No. Anywho, anyways, back to the episode. So yeah, after that, Rigby suddenly just had to cook candy. Suddenly, accidentally feels a warning and pretty much gets turned into a house. Unfortunately, yeah, one by one, secret elements decided why not. Not to. A mysterious force, an unseen force, had decided why not to kill the members one by one. Until Rigby was the only one. Basically, trust him to teach Rigby a lesson. To Rigby's surprise, finishing with a giant egg, crushing and drowning. Yeah, teach him a lesson by basically killing off his best friend, only to kill off the main guy while turn into a. Well, basically, while killing the main guy you're teaching a lesson with. Wow, that is literally something. Turns out the story ends, and turns out to be made up. Turns out that Rigby was a wizard the whole time, and says Happy Halloween. Yeah, no one knows what happened to them after that episode, but yeah, pretty much that. Overall, it's a pretty good episode, and I think this is pretty much sort of a Halloween trend. That's the first Halloween episode. I did feel like it did feel a little weird in intermediate. The opening and intermediate. The only intermediates are a bit where they could. Did feel like they're going to tell the story later, but I did feel. Excuse me. I did feel like luckily next year they would actually go to make up for these, but as the first Halloween episode, I still think it's a pretty good episode. And now, excuse me, I'm off to go. So, yeah, now, excuse me, I'm off to go. Excuse me, I'm off to go do something else. Yes, I'll be doing something else in the meanwhile. For me, at least. Happy Halloween. before I go do something else as a review. Before I do more upcoming reviews. Now, excuse me, I'm also going to think about other things to review.